Good evening and welcome to Watson Memorial Stadium as we get ready for the opening game of District 2025 between your Hobbs Lady Eagles and the visiting Lady Coyotes of Roswell. I'm TJ Miracle taking a quick look at the starting lineups in this one for Roswell High under head coach Urbano Sosa. 8-6 overall on the season, and they are number 15 right now in the Max Preps rankings. Their goalkeeper will be number 00 freshman Kayla Montoya. Number 1 is senior forward Alyssa Herrera. Number 2 is sophomore defender Venezia Castro. Number 4 is freshman Kaylee Nahar. Number 5 is junior midfielder and forward Ayana Patel. Number 6 is freshman defender Amory Lagunas. Number 7, their leading goal scorer is sophomore forward Emily Macias. Number 8 is junior forward Aaliyah Morales. Number 9 is sophomore forward and midfielder Jackie Nevadas. Number 13 is junior midfielder Esmeralda Alvarado. And number 17 is sophomore defender and midfielder Sienna Rangel. For the Hobbs Lady Eagles under Mackenzie Tellis, 10-3 on the year and not getting a lot of love in the Max Preps standings. They are number 6 right now in Class 5A. Number 0, senior goalkeeper Sabrina Marquez. Junior number 1, Clarissa Matas, a midfielder. Number 3, sophomore midfielder Corelli Rivera. Number 5, freshman forward Aubrielle Armitage. Number 7, leading goal scorer for the Lady Eagles is senior forward Brooke Davis. Number 11 is 8th grade midfielder Addison Bettis. She's also second in the team with goals. Number 13 is freshman midfielder Alexia Arona. Number 14 is junior defender and midfielder Madeline Adame. Number 15 is senior defender Mariah Jimenez. Number 16, junior defender Natalie Silva. Number 22, sophomore midfielder is Sophia Soto. I'm TJ Miracle, a Hobbs Lady Eagle doubleheader for you this evening. Of course, we've got the Hobbs volleyball team across campus over at Tasker Arena for volleyball tonight. Dawn Morgan handling the call on that over on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel. So if you'll bear with me, the sun right in our eyes as we get ready to start this one, and right in the camera's eyes too, so you'll have to bear with me. So I apologize in advance for any shoddy camera work because I can't actually really see the screen, and we've got a whole bunch of sunlight coming over that, and yep, I've got no way to really block that out. So all right, well, that's what we've got. So here we go as the Hobbs Lady Eagles wearing the black kit with gold letters and numbers, Roswell High in the white kit with the black and red letters and numbers. Hobbs JV winning earlier today 7-0 over the Roswell High JV. Hobbs averaging over 3 goals per game while giving up less than a goal. For Roswell High, they're averaging over 3 goals a game while giving up about a goal, 1.7 goals. So into the midfield as Hobbs will start, and that one goes out. So it'll be Lady Eagle ball for a throw-in on the right side. So we are just underway, the district opener for these two teams. Lady Eagles come in at 10-3 on the year. For Roswell High, they are 8-6. And a quick early opportunity for Roswell High going over, and that one will be into the goal, or no, it went wide of the goal. That was very close. Sorry, sun right in my eyes. But it was Macias who got free and just sent it a little bit wide. Hobbs is going to have to tighten up the defense. They do not want to leave their keeper Marquez out on an island like that. She's a very good goalkeeper, but you don't want to leave anybody out on the island. So it'll be Marquez to send it away back into the midfield after Roswell High with an early, very good look. As Roswell quickly taking it back and just bouncing it back towards Marquez. Senior keeper will send it away. Hobbs does best when they can go on the attack and stay that way. Coming to the near side, that one is going to be bodied up by Rivera, but out. Corelli not able to control that one, and a quick throw in for Roswell High and Rangel. And another throw out. So the two teams just trying to kind of figure each other out at this point, and a throw in for the Lady Eagles over Rivera's head and to the near side and then into a little space. Hobbs with an opportunity to go on the attack here. Moving it down the field is Addison Bettis. Had a little bit of a break, got clunked up, and then she will send it on towards goal, and a fairly easy stop for Montoya. But Bettis taking the chance to go. She's averaging over a half a goal a game, so she can provide some defensive firepower. The 8th grader can. 83 degrees. Much hotter in the booth with the sun coming in at game time is another chip and chase opportunity as Roswell High takes it down. Hobbs will take it away. Going to be looking for a little spot. Good battle there and taken away by Castro, who will bounce it into space, and then it'll come bouncing on to the near side. Hobbs just going to let that one go, and it'll be a throw-in for Clarissa Mattis. No score in this one. 3 minutes in, although Roswell has already had one absolutely gift of a look. Again, I apologize about the glare this time of day. Way the booth is, nothing we can do about it. Yeah, we built the booth on the wrong side of the stadium. Oh, and a long cross pitch kick, and that one will go out and over to Roswell, so a turnover for Hobbs. And again, there's really no way I can keep that out. So Hobbs will move it in, going for a little space. Roswell defense is back and will send it over onto the near side. Rivera will try and send it back in, and it'll be intercepted by one of the Lady Coyotes and then out. And it'll be a throw-in for Roswell. On the far side, Rivera takes it away. A little scissor kick, bounces it deep inside for the Lady Eagles. Trying to get it back out for one of the strikers, not able to, as Davis losing it momentarily, but it will be a throw-in for Hobbs on the far side. We've probably got about another half hour before the sun really starts cooperating with us. And a long kick back in. And Roswell High will just clear it back out to the midfield. Hobbs drops back in defense as Macias will take it and feed it forward. A bouncing ball into the deep right corner. Roswell comes over, tries to get it. Good pressure on by the Lady Eagles defense on the far side. Taking it to the back corner, and then a kick through the back line and out. Back over to Hobbs. Of course, the district opener for these two teams. On paper, Hobbs should have the advantage, but that's why you play the game. So far, Roswell High has, for the most part, gotten the better of this one early. Lady Eagles trying to find their footing on a warm afternoon, and another breakaway attempt. Roswell's defense does a nice job getting back as Castro knocks down one of the Lady Eagles. Bettis will get to it. She'll come to the near side, chase it out, and actually it will be Montoya, the keeper, who comes out and will end that Hobbs rush. 5 minutes have elapsed here in the first. Montoya will send it back down the pitch. Each team with one shot on goal here early. Macias going to try the chip and chase. And Marquez quickly and easily over to get it. Just at the confines of the middle portion of the goalie box. And sends it back into the midfield. Bouncing ball. Roswell going to try and settle it down. Send it into space. Hobbs will take it away. Moving up the field for the Lady Eagles. Pretty good battle going on here on the near sideline. As that one kicked and off the shin of Adame. And then it'll come off of the shin of Mattis. And trying to get it to Bettis and stolen away by Roswell High. Lady Coyotes, Lady Eagles here at Watson Stadium on this Tuesday evening. So 3-on-3 opportunity, and kicking behind the intended attacker goes out and away. Is chasing that one down on the far side is Arona, who will immediately toss it back in, but then lost in the deep corner, and that one goes out off of Roswell High. It'll be Hobbs' ball. Well, Roswell looks like they've decided to come out and go on the attack early and see if they can weather any storm the Hobbs Eagles can put on them. Back down into the midfield. As a quick touch up. Hobbs, a little stutter step. Little hesitation move, getting to it, trying to move through, bouncing ball, could be trouble. Hobbs with an opportunity, and not much on goal for that one. It'll be a shot for Brooke Davis, the leading Lady Eagles scorer with 11 goals on the year. And the save made by the Roswell keeper, Montoya. And all the way back down the pitch. Sorry, was writing something down. And Marquez will send it back into the field of play. So bounce onto the far side. Bettis losing it. And a whistle. We'll have a minor infraction called on Roswell. So a free kick for the Lady Eagles from about the 50-yard mark. That will be Bettis. Yes, it will. That's number 11. I can sort of see that. Of course, you probably can't because of the glare. So Bettis to kick it from the 40-yard mark. Set play. Sends a bouncer up and goes immediately on goal. So a long attempt for Bettis and easily handled by Montoya, who sends it back down. Hobbs giving chase. As that'll be Modis. Gets to it and then bounces it down off of the shin guards of Armitage and out and over to Roswell. Looks like Roswell will be sending in a sub here with 8 minutes gone here in the first. Of course, in high school soccer, 2 40-minute halves, 10-minute halftime. And a quick whistle, and they will switch the position of play. So Adame to toss it in for the Lady Eagles over the head of Bettis. And the two teams battle on the near side midfield. And it'll be Roswell High who comes away with it, sends it back to midfield, and then tries to send it up to one of their attackers, stolen away by the Lady Eagles. Modis takes it, sends it to Rivera, who then tries to put it through, but blocked up and then bodied off and settled down by Roswell High. That is Lagunas. Lagunas tries the same thing. Hobbs will take it away from her. Still in the Hobbs defending in as that one will find its way through to Rivera. Rivera moves the ball forward, kicks it down, chip and chase. Giving chase is Bettis, and then it'll be swatted away out of the near side as Armitage will go collect that one. 10 minutes have elapsed here in the first. Thanks for being with us on this Tuesday evening. Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. On the throw-in, a header by Bettis, and she'll turn around and send one over the goal and out. So back to Roswell High. Big thanks to our sponsors. You see them there at the bottom of your screen, making Hobbs Eagle and Lady Eagle sports possible. Of course, no Hobbs football game this week. It is the Eagles bye week. We will be back here at Watson Stadium Saturday afternoon for the Hobbs boys versus Clovis. The boys, I believe, opening district tonight. So a corner kick as Bettis will send it up and away and over everybody, then off of the shins. Rivera tries to put one on goal. It'll be blocked out by the Roswell defenders. Then they will send it to the far side and try and save it, and they will manage to, and will pop it out just a little ways. Hobbs gives chase and recollects, and a long shot in, and that one will go wide. Attempt there by Arona. And out, and so back to Roswell. Of course, if you're just joining us, JV winning earlier 7-0. Well, congratulations to the Lady Eagle JV. Scored 3 in rather rapid succession. New ball comes into play, and Hobbs will take it off the kickoff. As the ball continues just to bounce around. Roswell trying to find some pressure and an attack. They'll have to take it back and reset. Long kick, trying to find Macias. Then Hobbs will take it back in. Bettis puts a foot on it, but Roswell will take it back away and come across midfield. As Arona quickly will just bounce it down. Armitage is there. She'll put it off of the foot, try and settle it down. Goes through the 5-hole, one of the Lady Coyotes. But will take it back and send it out, and that one will come down. Chip and chase attempt. Marquez will come all the way out and just boot that one back. As out off of one of the Lady Coyotes. So throw in for the Lady Eagles. I believe that was Rangel. She's wearing 16. They have her as 17 on the roster, but they introduced her as a starter, so I'm going to guess that's who that is. Sub coming in for the Lady Eagles as Adame checks out. And Alessandra Terrazas checks in, the junior midfielder. Throw in for Hobbs. Bouncing around, and that an over-the-head kick and out by Roswell. Even that was Castro who sent that one out. So another Lady Eagle throw in from just the Hobbs side of midfield. Bouncing it into space. And they're working on the header game. Rivera now going to head it forward. Trying to get it forward to Davis, but taken away by Roswell. Goes over to the far side of the pitch where Roswell send it in. Rivera is there to take it away about the 20-yard line. Rivera into space with Bettis. She'll turn around, try and take a shot. That one will be blocked. She battles with two Lady Coyotes. Then will send it through, trying to get it to Davis. Davis has it momentarily. Now will be forced to chase it over to the far wing. Working the far sideline. Makes a nifty little move. It comes out. Davis goes down hard. No call. As Rivera takes it away once again. And Roswell just playing dogged on defense. Hobbs sends a midfielder up who sends it back down. Bouncing ball, going to find its way through. Chasing over, and eventually it will be the keeper Montoya who comes over and will take that one. And back onto the feet of the Lady Coyotes. 27 minutes remain here in the first as Terrazas sends that one in and then gets blocked, but she'll take it back. Works towards the right wing, tries to send it in, blocked off again by Roswell High. They've done a nice job so far, just clogging up Hobbs's passing lanes. I think they've seen what the Lady Eagles want to do. They are keeping two people on Davis. And when they've got them to spare, they're keeping two on Bettis as well. So that one goes out. And it will go over to Roswell High. Of course, a Lady Eagle doubleheader this evening. Dawn Morgan over at Tasker Arena, just behind the visitors' parking lot from where I sit. They got a game against Goddard tonight, so two Roswell teams in action. Different sports, obviously. As Roswell High tries to get some attack, and that one will go out. And should be Hobbs' ball. It will be. So Lady Eagle ball. Neither team has found a whole lot of offensive rhythm yet. Give it up for the two defenses for keeping both of them from doing that. So Marquez to send it back away as a bouncer that Rivera will settle down and then move forward, trying to get it to Davis. Davis will get around her defender. Moves it back on the wing. Tries a little bit of an angle. She'll bounce it into the middle, and that one will go wide and will roll all the way out on the near side. And we'll go back over to Roswell High. 15 minutes have elapsed here at Watson Stadium. 0-0 our score. Hobbs with 3 shots on goal. Roswell High just with 1 to this point. None of them have found the back of the net as of yet. So a throw in that is headed off by Hobbs and out of the back line. And so it'll be up to Roswell to kick it away. Of course, the winner will have a distinct advantage when it comes to the district race. 6 district games, 4-team district, home and away. Rivera and Davis try and take it away. Davis will wind up with it, tries to get it forward to Bettis, and stolen away once again as Roswell High continues just to clog up the middle. That one will be sent to the far side and out, and Hobbs kicked that one. So give it back to Roswell. On the throw-in, pretty good battle on the far sideline. In front of the Roswell bench, then a quick Roswell throw-in, which Hobbs will take away. Popped up by Bettis, then headed by Rivera. Bouncing ball into the middle as Armitage trying to get to it, gets bodied off the ball. As the two teams try and settle it down about 30 yards out in the Hobbs attacking end. Bouncer to the far sideline. As once again, Roswell High will take it over. Not a lot of sustained pressure for either team as of yet. Mares tries to center it, gets momentarily taken away. And a little sweep into the middle as Rivera is going to wind up getting clunked in the head. Innocent collision. As back over as Bettis tries to settle it down, and then she'll get bodied off and blocked out by Macias. Pardon me, that was Castro. Finally got a little bit of a cloud to help me out here, but a little sun blind. It may take my eyes a minute to adjust for the numbers, and my binoculars aren't much good with the sun right in the face, as that one will go out after a battle on the far sideline. 22 minutes and change remaining here in the first period. And into space. And will come out on the near side. And it'll be a Hobbs throw in. And I may have to take care of some technical difficulties here momentarily, so may just have the video. Thank you for being with us this evening. As Roswell High trying to split two Hobbs defenders. As that one back, and Hobbs will take it over. Then onto the far sideline. Working through, moving through, trying to center it up, but nobody home, and Roswell High will take it back. Rivera battles, and they will call the push on Corelli. So free kick for Roswell High from just on the Roswell side of midfield. And on the boot down, Hobbs immediately sends it back. And welcome back after the sounds of silence as the Lady Eagles on the attack, leading this one 2-0. Thanks for bearing with me as I had some technical issues had to deal with. As Hobbs on the attack once again. Going over is Bettis. She'll fire it in, and that one will be blocked off by Montoya. She's had a couple of stops, but Hobbs has scored 2 quick goals. One of them by Bettis at the 2013 mark in the 21st minute. The other just 20 seconds later by Brooke Davis. So 2-0, the Lady Eagles in the lead as we click down on the first half. Under 9 to play now. Throw in for Roswell in front of the Hobbs Lady Eagles bench. His sun finally gone down enough to actually be able to just about see everything. So Lady Coyotes throw in over the far side as that one will come bouncing around and out. So another throw in for Roswell from closer to midfield this time. 2-0, the Lady Eagles in the lead on goals by Bettis and Davis. And on the throw-in, the Lady Eagles will immediately take it away, start a run up the right side, bouncing it forward, trying to get it to Bettis. And then Roswell High defense just kicks it out behind their own bench. Throw in for Hobbs on the far sideline. It'll be maybe Rivera to throw that one in. So tossing it in is Bettis off the head, trying to get it to Davis. They're both over there together into the middle of the field, and Roswell High will just send that one into their bench once again. So to back Hobbs up, give them another run at it. Under 8 to play. As off the head of Rivera and out. And they're going to say Rivera actually pushed off, so it'll be a free kick for Roswell High from the far side. And on the throw-in, Hobbs continues to try and put the pressure on. Roswell High still only with a couple of shots in this one, and a long bouncer in by Rivera. And that will be stopped there by Montoya, who sends it back into the midfield. Bouncing through everyone. Hobbs just going to let that one go out to the right of their own bench. Hobbs throw in. Of course, the Hobbs Lady Eagle volleyball team going to be getting underway here shortly. A very long JV match and teacher appreciation night over at Tasker Arena. We had that a couple of weeks ago here at Watson Stadium. Don Morgan will have that. Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. On the run, that'll be Armitage. Gets a little space. It's a foot race. Gets pushed. No call. Then gets bumped off the ball. No call. And Roswell High will take it back. Lady Eagles try to settle it down. Getting it back over. Armitage. Little bouncing grounder that Bettis will wind up with, and then she'll take a long shot in, and that one will be knocked down by Montoya. Bettis with her 5th shot of the evening. Rivera tries to settle it down off the body, then sends it back through, and that one will come skittering through the attackers and the defenders. Montoya will come over and make the grab. 2-0, Hobbs in the lead with 5:45 remaining in regulation in the first half. Plus whatever little bit of stoppage they decide to put on it. Pardon me. So on to the near sideline. Pretty good battle going on over here between Macias, their leading scorer, and giving her fits as Solace, seeing some action here. Coming over to the near side, and that one saved right before it can go out by Lagunas, and then back down the pitch to Davis. Davis tries to settle it up, a little sweep that she tries to leave off for Bettis. Roswell's defenders cash in and collapse in, take that one away. Back to the midfield as Rivera looking for a little room to run. Good speed on the wing. Dribbles it forward, continues to dribble it forward. Going to be looking at a place to center, and was looking and got her pocket picked. So Roswell High will bring it back up as Hobbs' defense comes up and will bounce it back down. Hobbs will continue to try to attack. Bettis, she gets taken off the ball, and wow, no call. The Hobbs Eagles not liking that one. I think I agree with that one. This one hadn't been a lot called in this one, and it has gotten pretty physical at times. As Rangel sends it down, and then it'll come out on the near side. Hobbs throw in with 4:20 to go. Yeah, the Hobbs Lady Eagle faithful wanting a free kick, if not a penalty kick on that one. The men in blue, and they are wearing blue, not agreeing. Bounce to the far side. Davis can't get to it. One of the defenders will body it up. And then Hobbs will knock it down. Roswell still trying to get it onto their attacking side. Stopped out there by the Lady Eagles and Mares. To the near side with Armitage. She'll slow it up. Looks for a little room to work. Into the middle with Bettis. Bettis, a little stutter step, stop and go. Leaves it off, but then too far out of the reach of her fellow forward over there. We'll just have to try and settle it down, and then back to Rivera, and Hobbs will start their run in with 3:25 remaining in the first. Rivera continues to battle and sweeps it over. Back to Hobbs, leading 2-0. Lady Eagles trying to find a hole in the Roswell defense, but Roswell has dropped 7 defenders back. They're not taking any chances at all. Throw in for the Lady Eagles and Herrera. From the near side, about 40 yards out from the goal. Tossing in towards Armitage. That one will bounce through. Armitage manages to take it through. Centering pass, but nobody home. Running over, trying to get to it is Davis. And a hip check over before, that is, Salas can get to it and out. It'll stay Hobbs' ball on the far sideline. So it'll be a Hobbs throw-in with 2.5 minutes remaining in the first. 2-0, Lady Eagles in the lead. And then a bouncing ball back into the middle. Hobbs will send a defender up. Take that one as they get Davis moving it forward, trying to get Armitage right in the center stack. But Roswell defense there again as Rivera to it, almost loses it. It bounces over as we click down to 2 minutes to go in the first. Plus whatever stoppage they put on it is Hobbs. Nice save there by Salas to Armitage. Back to Salas. Gets bodied off the ball, then over to Armitage. And she will send it into space in the middle where Rivera gets to it and try to centering pass, but Roswell High comes away with it. Hobbs immediately will take it right back and then send it back as the defenders give chase. Hobbs into their own territory, but retaining control. Back onto the Roswell side of the 50-yard line, the midfield stripe. It's actually 60 yards in soccer. As we play in the midfield. 90 seconds remaining here in the first half. 2-0, Hobbs in the lead. Hobbs at this point can pretty much just play keep away, but they'd like to get at least another good rally and tally on the board if they could here in the first. Strange things happen in district games if you don't keep your foot on the pedal. Hobbs certainly has, and they've had some opportunities, but have only cashed in on those two, as that'll be a long kick that'll go down and will go bouncing out with 1 minute remaining in regulation here in the first half. Lady Eagles leading 2-0 here at Watson Stadium, district opener tonight. So free kick now for the Roswell High Lady Coyotes. Managed a couple of shots on goal in this first half. Marquez has stopped them both, and that will be the end of the first half of play. Happens exactly at the 40-minute mark. So goals by the Lady Eagles, first by Addison Bettis, who's put 5 on target. She scored in the 21st minute, 2013 of the first, and then 30-odd seconds later, a little less than 30 seconds later, Brooke Davis, who's had 4 shots on goal, she cashed one in. Also in the 21st minute at the 20:40 mark to give the Hobbs Lady Eagles the 2-0 lead. We'll take a timeout and come back with the second half of action. This is Hobbs Lady Eagles Soccer from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Back at Watson Stadium for the start of the second half. The Hobbs Lady Eagles leading the Lady Coyotes of Roswell High 2-0. I'm TJ Miracle, high above Watson Stadium on a beautiful evening here in southeast New Mexico. District opener for these two squads. The Lady Eagles with the 2-0 lead, taking that when Addison Bettis scored in the 21st minute, and then less than 30 seconds later, Brooke Davis cashed in. But no goals before and no goals since. 2-0 is our score. And it'll be Roswell High to start things off with the second half kickoff. 40 minutes to determine who goes to 1-0 in district. So with Hobbs and Roswell playing tonight, that means Carlsbad Clovis playing tonight. Hobbs was able to do a great job holding Roswell High out of the offensive and the attacking zone for the entire first half pretty much. One early fantastic look for Macias that got stonewalled by Marquez, and then Hobbs spent, for the most part, the rest of the time down in the offensive zone, if not always attacking. Oh, Hobbs will move it back and work down. Hobbs will be attacking the north goal here in this second half, as that one will get stolen away, but stolen right back by Terrazas, who gets the start in the second half. Roswell High will take it out. Both keepers tonight wearing pink jerseys. I got a little backwards there for a minute as to which way we were supposed to be going. That one will come, well, didn't come out on the near side. Ringel will send it back, then it'll get popped into middle space, the midfield, as Bettis bouncing it up, but Roswell High bouncing it right back. Oh, another bouncer trying to get it to Davis. It'll come by her and then be swept out on the near side, and it'll be a throw-in for the Lady Eagles. 2-0, Hobbs in the lead. And on the Lady Eagle throw-in, that one into space. Bettis tries to knock it down, but right onto the foot of a Lady Coyote. They'll send it back towards the midfield. Is high in the air and just bouncing back. Ooh, that looked like it didn't feel good as Terrazas caught one right in the hips there, right in the chest, somewhere in the side maybe by Herrera. And a bouncing ball down. As Roswell High trying to get a little offense going here, with just about 2 minutes gone here in the second half. 2-0, Hobbs in the lead, and we will have a whistle sound, free kick for Hobbs as they finally called an infraction. Very few of those in the first half. One Hobbs was pretty sure should have resulted in a PK that became a no call. So Hobbs will have a set play from just on their side of the midfield stripe. As that one will come bouncing down off the foot of Bettis. Again, Hobbs with 2-0. With goals by Bettis and Davis in the first. A long shot in, and that one will bounce wide of the cage and out. And so Roswell will kick it back in with 3 minutes expired here in the second half. Of course, Lady Eagle doubleheader tonight, Hobbs Sports YouTube channel. Hobbs Lady Eagle volleyball team taking on Roswell Goddard. So 2 games, 2 teams from Roswell in town. As Davis, looking for a little space, bounces that off to the far side after a block, and then saved coming down the line, and a shot in and into the side of the cage. Yes, I think that was Rivera over there trying to get the bad angle shot off. As Roswell sends it bouncing back down into some space. Nobody able to settle it down off of the kick. Now it'll come bouncing. Roswell controls. Lady Coyotes looking for some room to work. Hobbs' defense has done a very nice job keeping them from working as Rivera steals that one away. Comes up the near side, dribbles forward, but then as she tries to pass it through, that's happened a lot tonight as Roswell's cut off those passing lanes. Now it'll be a 2-on-2 break, and we will have offsides on Roswell High. Give it back to Hobbs. I'm guessing it was onside. Offsides, I should say. So down and knocked down by Bettis. But again, right onto the foot of one of the Lady Coyotes. And at one point in that first half, they had 7 defenders trying to keep Hobbs through. And it looks like that's kind of been their game plan. They'll keep 5, 6 back right now just to try and keep things settled down and keep Hobbs from getting any more good looks, as that one will go out. Rivera throws in on the far side. And subs checking into the game for Hobbs and for Roswell High. Throw in from the far sideline. Into Bettis looking for some space, and she'll send a bouncer wide left. Handled to that side of the cage by Montoya. Both teams still looking for their first shot here in the second half. Lady Eagles 10-3 on the season. Not getting a lot of love in the Max Preps rankings. Only number 6. Roswell High at 8-6, number 15. A lot of times, though, the South teams just don't get a lot of love from the Max Preps and the coaches rankings, especially in the 5A and 4A divisions. And so another bouncing ball down. It'll be a foot race that Roswell High will, almost win as that one comes through. Never give up on a play, and that's what Davis does, is having to just fall on that one and take it. It's Montoya to keep Davis from coming over. Roswell's defenders kind of pulled up a little bit. Davis did not. And a long shot on goal, and that'll be a bouncer as Bettis puts another one on goal. And that went out. Hobbs didn't have anybody down there to take care of the rebound. So first shot on goal in the half comes at the 33-30 mark. A lot of threes in that statement. 2-0 in favor of Hobbs, almost 3-0. As Hobbs back to the attacking zone, Davis, Bettis, and Roswell just going to have to kind of push it to the near sideline, where it'll come right back to Hobbs and to Soto. Bouncer into the middle. Hobbs tries to settle it down with Davis. She'll take it to the left side, sends it out onto the wing, and then a chip and chase trying to get it to Armitage. She'll get to it in the far corner but get bodied off of it. But then a little assistance comes up and ball rolls, and Roswell High tries to send it out, but Hobbs will keep it from going out, back about 30 yards from goal. From the net. And Hobbs will start their attack again. A long bouncer in for Davis, and that one stopped by Montoya. I want to say it's her 10th stop, but I don't know that for a fact. I was handling some technical things for a good portion of the first half, and not as on my record keeping as I might normally be. But we got the issues figured out as Bettis goes down hard. Ref says get up, keep playing. He thought it was a flop there as that one bouncing down. As Hobbs will just have to send that one out. And so now an attacking chance for Roswell High. As 9 minutes have expired here in the second half. Still 2-0 in favor of the Hobbs Lady Eagles. So a Roswell High throw in. And then into space, and Hobbs will dribble it up and through as Rivera splits 2 of the forwards, and she'll bounce it up, trying to get it onto the foot of Davis. Davis taking it up the left wing, looking for a little space. She'll take it in deep and send a slow roller towards the net. Not able to get just a whole lot on that one. But still never wrong to put it on goal. And another shot attempted on goal as Bettis will settle that one down off the bounce. Chasing it down is Armitage in the deep back line. Nifty little move, comes back to the middle, gets pushed from behind, no call, bouncer through, and that one kicked away by Montoya. Bettis puts it down, and then she'll slide through. And then a wide shot is a wide open look at the side of the cage. As the Lady Eagles having a golden opportunity right there. As some shots put in, as Davis will take another one, and can't believe that she fanned on that one. But another opportunity for the Lady Eagles. As it'll come back out to the midfield, Roswell dribbles up. They'll chip and chase. Hobbs with the defense, though. Good speed, comes back. And will take it away and come through and not able to clear the zone. 2-0, Hobbs in the lead. 10 minutes exactly gone here in the second half. As Hobbs will take it back into the attacking zone. Armitage into the middle, then off the feet of Davis. Davis turns on the Jets, goes right side, kicks it, and that one will go just wide on the right side. And she puts the hands on the head once again. Another golden opportunity missed. She's got good speed, had two defenders with her. When she saw that ball spring free, she turned on the Jets and split the defense. But just sent it wide, maybe went just a little too far in on the right side. Gotta have a short memory if you're a striker. To Armitage, bouncer, and then a turnaround kick over the net by Bettis. And out, so kick away for Roswell High. Bouncer in, and Hobbs will immediately try and take it away. They will momentarily, yep, they will, and sending it towards the back line, and that one will go out. It'll be another kick for Roswell. Not a bad crowd on hand tonight. A little Tuesday night soccer here in southeast New Mexico. Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe, by the way. And on HobbsAmerica.com. Of course, Lee County News and Sports, where we do the sports games, and we've got more than one involving teams at the same time. And a foul going to be called, and they're going to call that on Hobbs, so no shot on goal. Hobbs faithful hollering at the refs. Still the free kick, but stolen away by Davis. Davis will send a long one in, and it bounces wide to the right. Of course, coming up here in just a couple of weeks right here on the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel, we will have a forum of our Hobbs mayoral candidates. Dawn Morgan will be the host of that. We are still confirming which candidates we'll have. I'm hoping we'll have all four of them. Just keep it tuned in to Kicks 103 KZOR. Cool 95.7, Eagle 100.5 for all the details on that. It will be 2 weeks from tonight. So Soto to throw it in from the near sideline. And nope, they're going to switch it off, and instead it'll be Silva to come in and throw it in. 27 minutes remaining. As that one bounces into space. And then over the head of Davis, who kind of has to duck under a high kick. So another Hobbs throw in. Roswell will boot that one back out towards the midfield and out. So another throw in for the Lady Eagles. Got to think Hobbs would be just fine with playing this game for the next 26 and change. On to the far side with Silva, and she'll send it out. So Roswell will get a throw in from their own end. Hobbs has done a nice job on throw-ins and free kicks, just absolutely taking it away from Roswell, not giving them much opportunity since very, very early in this one to do just a whole lot. And they take another one away. Bettis into the center of the field and will send a long shot in. Not even attempting to really work it in that time. So another save goes into the book for Montoya, who sends it back down, and now it'll be Davis's turn. She centers it up, looking for some room to run. Lady Eagles trying to move it through space. Roswell choking up the lanes, especially in the middle. The defenders come up and Try and keep that one, and then just an oopsie next to the Roswell bench, or next to the Hobbs bench, I should say. So back to Roswell, and we'll have a whistle sound. And over to Hobbs with a sub coming into the ball game. Next up for the Lady Eagles, Saturday afternoon, they'll be in Clovis. Take on the Lady Wildcats. Clovis boys will be taking on the Hobbs boys here. We'll have that for you on Hobbs Sports YouTube. There's the Eagles in Roswell tonight. I would assume they're at the Wool Bowl. Is that one out to the Hobbs bench? Still a Hobbs throw in. Hobbs a quick throw in. And a long kick towards goal, and no issues there for Montoya. Under 25 to play in regulation. 2-0, Hobbs Lady Eagles in the lead on 2 goals. Pretty much right at the center portion of the first half. They'd like to net another 1 or 2 right here if they could. Getting into that time. Battle on the far sideline and out. Another Hobbs throw in from in front of the Lady Eagles bench. So the quick throw in, but a little too quick and not ready for it, is one of the Hobbs midfielders who bodies it up and out. So back over to Roswell High. Next up for Roswell High, they will be on the road again on Saturday. They'll be in Carlsbad taking on the Cave Girls. Of course, I believe it's next Tuesday. The Cave Girls will be here. So into the attacking zone once again as Davis gets her shot blocked onto the near side. Looking to center it up, instead turning around and sending a slow roller wide to the right. That was Terrazas. Of course, the soccer, except for injuries, pretty much the clock continues to move. 23 and change remaining in full time, in regulation, if you will. Oh, Terrazas takes it back again. Will chase it to the back line. Tries to find some space. Roswell High will send it out, but Hobbs there. Centering pass opportunity, and that one is going to be popped up and over. Opportunity there for Madeline Gonzalez. Seeing some time. No shot on goal, but got in there. So another ball to kick away for Roswell High. Lady Eagles 10-3, looking to make it 11-3, but more importantly 1-0 in district. Roswell at 8-6, trying to go to 9-6, and again, more importantly 1-0 in district. They're going to have to find some offense if they're going to come out of this 2-0 hole, as that one bouncing down could be trouble, and sent wide by the Roswell striker. Turn around, young lady, so I can see your number there. Ponytail's kind in the way. Attempt there, I want to say that was by Herrera. So now it'll be Marquez to boot it back out. Roswell trying to find a little pressure at the midpoint of the second half, with Hobbs leading 2-0. Hobbs with 3 across the back line and takes it away. Pretty good fight going on right at midfield. And Roswell will temporarily win the battle and then try and scoop that one into the offensive zone. Hobbs will get to it and just send it up and out into the Roswell bench. So it'll be a Lady Coyote throw in. 2-0, Hobbs up. In this district opener for both teams from Watson Stadium on a beautiful Tuesday evening. So the throw in for the Lady Coyotes. Hobbs contests on the far sideline. And then Roswell on the defensive will just have to send it out into their own bench. So throw in time for the Lady Eagles. I do some adjusting here. All right. Throw in at the midfield. The two teams will just keep battling. Now Roswell High gets the advantage momentarily and will have to send it out, though, under good pressure. So a throw in for the Lady Eagles, about halfway back in their own zone. Clock continues to move, under 20 minutes remaining in full time. And on the throw in, it'll be Rivera who will take it up. Back into the attacking end for Hobbs. One of Roswell's defenders gets to it, then brings it to the near side and will swoop it away. Bouncing ball gets away from everybody, including the camera guy, sorry. And Hobbs will just have to send it out on the far side, so it'll be a throw-in for Roswell High. Again, looking for any kind of sustained pressure. Only a couple of shots total in this game for the Lady Coyotes. Hobbs' defense has done, for the most part, a magnificent job getting it back to their offense. Roswell High will bump that one in, and we will have a penalty called, and it'll be a bump on Roswell. So a push, and so the minor infraction, free kick now for the Lady Eagles. Sending it back over Terrazas' head and bouncing to Davis in the right wing. She tries to send it up, gets blocked, then she'll send that one, and then on the run, it'll be Terrazas taking it up the deep right wing, centering pass, and that one is loose momentarily, but it'll be Montoya falling on it. And Terrazas will have a shot, and a pretty good look there. As back into the midfield for Roswell. Hobbs leading this one 2-0. 18 minutes plus whatever little amount of stoppage they put on it. Hobbs continues to try and keep the pressure up. Centering pass, looking for some room to work. Little bouncer, and that one's going to find its way through. Would have been wide of the cage, so no shot on goal. As Montoya will bounce it back into the center of the pitch where Macias, who's been held to just a couple of shots. She has both the shots on goal for Roswell High. So a little scoop pass over to the far sideline, and then a turnaround and a bouncer in the neighborhood of the net. Montoya comes out of the cage, picks it up, and sends it back down. 17 minutes remaining in full time. Trying to get it to Davis. That one will wind up getting headed over the head. Then a chase down, and it will go out off of a Lady Coyote defender. Throw in for Hobbs near sideline. It'll be Soto to throw it in, I believe. As sub coming in for Roswell High. 16 and a half minutes to go in regulation. Full time, as it's called in soccer. 2-0. Lady Eagles in the lead. So off of Terrazas, but she will lose it. And so Roswell High going to look for a little momentum here. On the chase down, Hobbs will just send it out on the near side with Sophia Soto. So a throw in deep for Roswell, as they're looking for some sustained pressure in their first shot of the second half still. Nearly Nearly 3/4 of the period gone, but Hobbs will take the throw-in away. They've done that pretty much all night. I don't keep that stat, but I'm sure that it is almost like face-offs won. Well, Hobbs is winning most of them. Throw-ins won. And a hard kick into the solar plexus of a young lady. Caught the ball there. I don't think she was quite ready for it. Slow to get up. But she's up and under her own power and back down the pitch. As into space back at midfield. Roswell on the chip and chase. That one just going to continue to come down as they will corral it over. Centering pass in and easy there for Sabrina Marquez to come over and handle. He was trying to get the number of the young lady who took that shot. So back down, and Hobbs comes through. It'll be Davis, and another one wide, and she just like, I can't believe it. She's had 4 of those here in the half. She's just been a little off when it's come to the striking here in the second half. She was a touch hobbled earlier, so not sure if maybe that had something to do with it or not. That was actually Patel a moment ago who had the first shot on goal for Roswell in the second half, as that one out off Hobbs. So the Lady Coyotes on the throw-in. Terrazas will knock it down, center it up. Rivera trying to find some room, gets it to Davis, knocks it down. And then back out, was trying to pass it back to Adame, who got bodied off the ball, but Hobbs continues to win the battles. Giving chase on to the far side, Armitage. And she battles with one of the Lady Coyotes, but it'll be a Hobbs throw-in. Into space, this could be trouble, but Roswell gets the defender back, and then that one is going to be kicked up and away, and through the uprights, good, but you don't get any points for it in soccer. Clock continues to move. As Triskaidekaphobiacs of the world unite, 13-13 remaining on the full-time game clock. Hobbs once again into the attacking zone. Moving it through, and a good opportunity there. Is that one going to be swatted out by Roswell defense? Then back and down. Hobbs continues to put the pressure on. Moving through, looking for room to run. Rivera, that one will be blocked. Rivera goes down hard, but the defenders comes up, and that one will be taken away. And out, Hobbs throw in. Soto will toss it in. Davis controls, sends it into the middle for Armitage. Nowhere for Abrisa to go on that one, and that one is kicked and out. It'll go off of a Lady Coyote. 12 minutes remaining in full time. Lady Eagles leading 2-0. And that was almost kind of an oopsie, but it winds up being a roller and a chance at a shot, and that one will go just wide. As Rivera with an opportunity took it. So the Lady Eagles going for the JV varsity sweep. The JV winning earlier 7-0. And the varsity right now holding on to a 2-0 lead. They'd like to wind up pitching 2 shutouts here this evening. Back to the Hobbs midfielders. And then a long shot in. And that'll force Montoya to have to deal with it. And she comes out and kicks it back to midfield. Rivera tries to knock it down, but it'll get through to a Roswell attacker. That is Macias. Who takes it in front of her own bench, waits for some of her running mates, centers it up, almost gets it back, but Hobbs intercepts. Good job again by the defense to keep Roswell from having any pressure applied, really, for the most part in this whole game. Davis back to the midfield to collect that one, but then loses it. And then a chip and chase down. Marquez will just say, yep, I got this. She'll come out before anybody can get close to it. And then pop it up. Bounces right back to midfield, and then a high kick. Puts it through and across the pitch and out. Should be Hobbs' ball. Yep, it will be. As we click down towards the 3/4 mark of this one. Since Hobbs got the 2-0 lead, Roswell has tightened up the defense. Hobbs has had some opportunities. Hobbs has kept the defense tight. Roswell High has not had hardly any. So a throw in for the Lady Eagles from the far sideline. Still 2-0, Hobbs in the lead. And bouncer to the near side as Soto centers it up, but Roswell High bounces it back in towards midfield. Waiting on numbers, Hobbs with good speed and athleticism, not letting them get them. So a battle at midfield. Again, just burn some time off the clock. Nice job there by Mariah Jimenez. As Roswell tries to center it up. Get it to Macias, and then they'll have to come near side to Laguna. Laguna centering pass, and Hobbs going to be forced just to send that one back and through. So we'll have a corner kick for Roswell. Not mistaken, this will be their first corner kick of the evening. They may have had one in the first half. 9 minutes remaining in full time. And well, they're going to say throw-ins to the corner kick. So throwing it back to Laguna, who will send it into the middle, trying to get it to Macias. But Hobbs is there and will throw it out to about the 40-yard mark. So a throw in for Roswell High. And to throw that one in will be Patel. And she'll toss that in, and it'll bounce off the foot of her intended target. We'll have subs check in for the Lady Eagles with 8:23 to go in full time. 2-0, Hobbs in the lead. Looking to go 1-0 in the district race. Now Davis gets it to Rivera, who bounces it onto the far side where Soto will take it. And then just back and forth, back and forth. Rivera sweeping it over. Hobbs a 3-on-3 opportunity. Roswell quickly with a couple of girls back on defense. Centering it up. Terrazas comes near side where Davis will give chase. She'll get it before it goes out, and then she'll battle with the defender. Comes to the middle trying to find some room. She'll pass it back, and then, oops, that was almost a blown tire there by one of the Eagle midfielders, but then one of the Eagle defenders sends it right back down. A little bit of a bicycle kick there as Roswell momentarily relieves the pressure. Hobbs continues to move. 7 minutes to go in full time. And a misplay and out. It'll be Hobbs' ball, so throwing it in. On the far side, trying to get it to Rivera to settle down. That one bounces through into space. Then we'll have a tackle, a slide tackle, in the northwest corner of the end zone and out. Be a corner kick for the Lady Eagles, I do believe. They're going to send Bettis over there to kick that one in. So a set play opportunity here for Hobbs. Bettis, a pretty good striker. She'll put it towards the net and over everybody's head. Hobbs will come over and try and reset. Moving it out, trying to get it into the middle, and Roswell going to be forced just to take it out. And it will roll out about the 50-yard mark, 40 yards on the football field. 50 on the soccer pitch. 6 minutes remaining in full time. Hobbs still leading 2-0. Sorry, let me get the camera adjusted here. Into the middle of the field, turning around, trying to take that one was Rivera. She'll sweep it back, and then a bouncer, and that one will go just wide of the cage. Hobbs not afraid to throw the ball at the net if they can find even a sliver. A lot of them hadn't been on target, but they're throwing them that way. Not the worst plan in the world. As quickly back into the field to play. Roswell High held to just 3 shots so far in this match. I've got Hobbs unofficially with 15, although there may be a couple more. Hobbs still trying to preserve the shutout. Bouncer down and pretty good battle. Roswell will win that one into the attacking zone. That's Lagunas. She'll send one wide of the cage, and Hobbs just going to watch that one bounce and go through the back and out. So over to the Lady Eagles. 4 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in full time. So Marquez has not had a lot to do tonight. Defense has done a great job keeping everything away from her. And credit the defense for limiting Roswell High's opportunities in the offensive end. Another bounce down. Roswell tries to settle it down. Davis tries to get to it, gets bumped off, and then she'll come through and she'll send one on net. Not a whole lot on that one for Brooke Davis, but another save in the book nonetheless for Kayla Montoya, who sends it up and out at midfield, so right back to Hobbs. Of course, as always, in soccer, clock continues to move. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in full time from here at Watson Stadium tonight. Our next Hobbs broadcast will be on Saturday afternoon. The boys will be here at Watson Stadium taking on Clovis, and we'll have a minor infraction called on the far side. Nope, it'll just be an out on the far sideline. So Davis will bounce it over to Rivera. Rivera tries to come through, gets taken off the ball and out. And now we'll have a whistle, as we do have a Roswell High player down. You certainly hope she's okay. You'd hate to see that in a situation like this. She's up. She's all right. Just a minor stoppage for the injury, but that'll set Hobbs up with a opportunity for a corner kick, as that one in on Montoya. And she'll move it out and kick it back into the midfield. Lady Eagles have done a nice job keeping Macias quiet tonight. Almost 2 goals a game on average for the Lady Coyotes. She's only had a couple of shots this evening as Bettis with it. A little bit of trip up, and she will fire it in and light the lamp. Bettis with her 2nd goal of the game, and that will be the icer. It'll come at the 37-34 mark of the 2nd period, as 8th grader Addison Bettis took that one in and went top shelf and lights the lamp and makes it a 3-0 Hobbs lead. And with only 2:26 plus whatever little stoppage they put on it, the Lady Eagles now just trying to preserve the shutout. They will go 1-0 in the district race. Bettis taken off the ball momentarily. And then a thing about soccer, things will take funny bounces. Always got to be ready for them. The clock moves, and we are at the 2-minute mark remaining. Then Corelli Rivera sends one in from long distance. Easy shot there for Montoya to handle. And Rivera, a couple of shots on goal this evening. And then a long one in for Terrazas. Toya handles that one. And we'll send it back down the pitch. Roswell High maybe with time for one more push with about 90 seconds left on the clock. Of course, they do stop the clock with 2 minutes. So it kind of at that point becomes the discretion of the officials. So 1 minute to go. Hobbs will improve to 11-3 on the year, but more importantly 1-0 in district. That one bounced down. Bettis gets to it, takes it up the right wing. Centering pass, but it is behind her intended target. As Armitage going to have to run all the way across the pitch, but gets it before it goes out. One more push for the Lady Eagles possible here. Or they could just play keep away for the next, say, 40 seconds or so. To the near side with Soto. And then it centers back up off of Rangel, and then a long distance shot, and that one will go out on the right side. Nobody home. So 30 seconds to go. Roswell High going to try one more push to try and keep from getting shut out. This has been a fairly quick moving affair. I don't think we'll have much stoppage. As into the midfield off of a head. That one will come out. And that'll do it, as right at the mark, the Hobbs Lady Eagles will improve to 11-3 on the season, 1-0 in district as they defeat Roswell High tonight by a score of 3-0. The goals coming in the first half by Addison Bettis at the 2013 mark and by Brooke Davis at the 2040 mark, and then the icer by Addison Bettis late at the 37-34 mark of the second. So again, Hobbs improves to 11-3, 1-0 in district. Roswell drops to 8-7 and 0-1. Next up for Roswell, they'll be on the road Saturday afternoon to take on the Cave Girls in Carlsbad. Hobbs will be on the road too. They'll be heading up to Clovis to take on the Lady Wildcats. We will be here at Watson Stadium on Saturday for the Hobbs boys versus Clovis. So congratulations again to the Hobbs Lady Eagles, victorious tonight. For Tiff and Evie, keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. For all of our great sponsors, thank you. Thank you for watching. For my partner in crime, Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying good evening from Watson Stadium. The Hobbs Lady Eagles victorious 3-0. This has been an exclusive presentation of New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Good night, everybody.